So in this video I'll talk about a few things, namely clan situation, money question, and other games. So what about clan? You probably noticed that I have -1 tag next to my name, and the reason is that some time ago I was kicked out of Chrono, which was actually the right thing to do, and I'm sorry that I haven't left earlier because Chrono is a competitive clan and I'm not a team player at all. I mostly play solo. I don't participate in tournaments, I don't use Discord, I don't train with other people, and I could be rather harsh in comments, so I'm actually a terrible fit for any competitive clan. So I decided to create my own clan to basically to have it for the purposes of getting discounts, but I also wanted to explore this part of the game because I have been playing in it for years and I have never seen that part which allows you to manage the clan. Initially I was hesitant to accept new people because I just wanted to be there for myself, but eventually I started to think, what could it be? And I decided that it's probably a good idea to have it open for other people which play this game like me, which just want to play solo, don't want to participate in any kind of tournaments, who want to get discounts, and that's it. About limitations, I think that the only requirement is to be a reasonable person, and by reasonable person I mean if you have played several thousand games and your win rate is something above 50%, which means that you are smart enough to figure out how to play this game and you could do it, then you are probably the smart guy, right? So the clan is open. I'm not actively recruiting or something because honestly there is not much to gain from this clan. It's kind of a toy clan, but still that's the situation with the clan. Money question. Some time ago I released a video where I said that I will stop sponsoring Wargaming and buy any stuff from it, and there were a few reasons why I did this. Some time has passed since that moment, and there were some changes in the game. Specifically, I was angry about horrendous camouflages, and since that time Wargaming stopped adding horrible camouflages, and now they're adding rather good ones. And yeah, they cost a lot, but at least they look like proper proper paint jobs for the tanks. So I'm pretty happy with that change. I was also complaining about the fact that the game doesn't change much and it's not good for competitive players. Well, they're changing the game. They added ranked battles. They actually experiment with new game mechanics. They added T-49A with rocket launcher, so probably something would come out of this experiment. We'll see. So it looks like Wargaming is doing much better in this area. I was also not happy about the equipment, but unfortunately it seems like equipment is here to stay. I've just watched the interview with Stepan Drost, which is a game developer at Wargaming, and he's pretty much inclined to keep it like this. He has certain view about variability in the game, but it's I mean it's not like this. He looks from the standpoint of Wargaming employee, because what he's doing is that he is balancing the tanks. So his job is to make sure that all tanks kind of fall in line. There are no especially bad or especially good tanks. And he sees equipment as a means to give players some freedom in tweaking the tanks, but he doesn't want them, obviously, to change it that much. So they added those 9 switches, and they say, oh look, instead of 3 slots you have tons of options, right? 2 in 9th degree, right? Lots of possible variations. We added a lot of variability, but in practice it's a lie, because imagine that you are playing medium tank and you are in the tier 10 match. So at this tier everyone unlocks at least first 3 slots, and many players unlock other slots. So for example, that slot which allows you to choose enhanced optics versus Camonette is most likely unlocked for all players. So you have enhanced optics, and your opponent also have enhanced optics. So what's the point? Everyone just sees further. If your opponent switches to Camonette, you have more vision, but your opponent counters this with Camonette. So again, what's the point? You can't even be like the spotter for a team, because most likely everyone on every team has this slot unlocked and everyone effectively spotting. So it may seem that we have this variability, but in practice there is no variability, because everyone has those slots unlocked, and you can't tune tank to particular play style. Before it was possible to say make certain tank a sniper. You give it binoculars, Camonette, and you have something pretty much unique. You trade this for the aiming equipment, possibly for the gun rammer, right? So you lose something. Those 3 slots were limiting the options, so I had to think what kind of build you want to have. But now it's I mean, they try to explain you that you have variability, but in practice you don't have the variability. And I mean, those people at Wargaming, they just don't get it, or they pretend that they don't get it. I don't know. But it seems like this thing is here to stay, but it's possibly the only problem that I have with the game now. My last complaint was that it was impossible to collect tanks, because Wargaming seems to be fond of chests, and now you have to open chests to get most of the stuff. And during the events, some tanks were essentially unavailable, because again, you have to play that lottery to open chests, and if you don't get this tank, you probably won't get it, so you spent a lot of money on those chests. But it seems like they changed that, and last few tanks it was perfectly possible to spend fixed amount of cash and eventually get those tanks. So all in all, I decided that I will drop that how to say it, that position, to leave that position, and I would return to collecting tanks. And given that I have pretty good collection, I miss only 2 tanks at this point, T-20H ATC and that tier 3 French tank destroyer, which is pretty awful, but anyways. So I think that I will return to collecting tanks. I won't be spending much money on other stuff, but yeah. It seems like Blitz is moving into the right direction. We'll see how it goes. Probably they will rework eventually the equipment too. But with the equipment, I don't know. I've been listening to that interview, and I think that they have some problems with logic when they try to think about equipment. or they just ignore what we want and they do what is convenient to them, which is probably more likely. So, what about other games? I actually tried to play World of Warships Blitz. I was pretty enthusiastic about this game, but unfortunately it's pretty broken at this point, especially credit earnings. It takes a lot of games to earn enough cash to buy high tier ships, and it becomes just boring. The game itself is more simplistic, and I don't know. It's kind of fun, but it has certain issues. I also bought myself a new computer. It was some laptop which had very powerful processor, video card, and it runs PC games at very good at 4K resolution natively and very fluently. So I'm trying to play World of Tanks and World of Warships, actually other games, but those two are the most interesting. And I had to say that I totally suck in World of Tanks. In PC version, I don't know, I can't do anything. I just can't control my tank. I played several hundred games, and I'm much more fluent in Blitz than on PC. So I don't know. I just can't figure out how to play World of Tanks on PC. But on the other hand, I really enjoy World of Warships on PC. It's really good. So you will probably see more videos on that channel. I actually bought a couple of premium ships, and they're really fun. So World of Warships is great on PC. So that's all I wanted to say for today. I'll try to make more videos from World of Tanks Blitz. I probably will start sharing more gameplay from World of Warship, and I would be probably asking for help with certain ships because yeah, there are some difficult things for me even in that game. We'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching, and good luck on the battlefield.